guys, Jen here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to make this beautiful pancake mesh wreath. It is only 3.5 inches thick and is perfect to fit between your screen door and your home door. Let's get started. Today the supplies that you'll need are an 18-inch frame from the Dollar Tree. They're brand new. I just found them. I'm so excited to use them. And some mesh. So the mesh I have is the 10-inch mesh that I picked up from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. But Dollar Tree does sell mesh. It's just a little bit smaller than 10 inches, but will work perfectly as well. You'll just need a little bit more. And we're going to use some ribbon that I have in my stash from Old Time Pottery. Dollar Tree has ribbon. It just wasn't what I was looking for, but feel free to use whatever you have found. Walmart also has great ribbon at 99 cents right now. So those are great products to use. So let's get started. To add your pipe cleaners to this 18-inch frame, you're going to put a pipe cleaner around the 2 inner bars at every crossbar, okay? Then you're going to go in between each one and do the 2 lower bars. So you just take it around both of them and twist. I'll show you that one more time. And I am using a full-size pipe cleaner. Sometimes I cut them in half, but this time I wanted to do a full size just so I had to make sure I had enough room to put everything in. So I'm going to my bottom row, I'm just twisting. And so you should have one in between on each bottom row and one at every crossbar on the top row. And now you're ready to add your mesh. I'm going to cut all of my mesh using my wood burner. So I have my tempered plate down. And if you're interested, this is a Caterpillar tempered glass plate, and I got it on Amazon for about $24. So I'm going to take all of my mesh and I'm going to cut it right around 23 inches. And you just take your wood burner and you slowly slice through this mesh, and it kind of sears the end so you don't get as much fraying. Now you're still going to get fraying. It does not eliminate it, but it does cut down on it. So go ahead and cut all of your mesh up to the 23 inches. To add our mesh onto our frame, you're going to take each one of those 23-inch pieces and you want to set it so it's curl side down. And then I like to put my hands out on it to kind of flatten it. And then you use your thumb and your finger to scrunch it, and then kind of work the rest of it, your fingers down. You want to kind of move at an even pace so that your mesh stays even on both sides. Then just hold it in the middle, grab your wreath frame, and we're going to work on the outside first. So you're going to find an outside section, grab your mesh, put it in the middle, pull it tight, twist those pipe cleaners around, and now you have a little bow kind of just hanging out. Now here's the key with the pancake wreath, is you're going to take this mesh and you're going to just kind of manipulate it a little bit, and you're going to fold it and roll it around, pulling those flower petals up, and then you want to kind of just take it and roll it around on itself. And since this mesh will stick to itself, it will work out here. Now the mesh I'm using is the end of the rolls, so it is a little more difficult to work with, but as you can see, it makes a nice little petal. It goes around, it sticks to itself, and it's very flat. You can even flatten it out more if you need to. Just kind of keep pulling it around, playing with it. Tuck those edges out so they roll out, and there you have. So I have 3 petals on here now. And so I'm going to go on and do my next one, which is going to be blue. And then I'm going to go all the way around, and then we'll go back to the middle ring. Okay, now we're going to cut our ribbons. And I like to get my ribbons at Old Time Pottery. And so I have several different types of ribbons that we're going to use today. And I got this green one at
Old Time Pottery. It was $2.99, but it's such a great deal. There's a lot of ribbon on it. It's great quality. This one came from Dollar Tree, and it's a pink burlap. So we're going to cut this ribbon at 15 inches. This ribbon also came from Old Time Pottery, and it's going to be at 15 inches as well. And I like to have my ribbon hang over a little bit of my mesh. If you are someone who likes ribbons a little bit shorter, then you'll want to cut yours a little bit shorter. So we're going to dovetail these by folding, and you're going to cut on the fold diagonal, and that gives you that beautiful little dovetail, and you do that to all of your ribbons. Again, just fold it and then cut it from the folded side over to the wired side. So I chose 4 different types of bundled ribbon here. So because my wreath is in sets of 4. So I have this little green stripe with the burlap, the pink polka dot with the yellow stripe, and I believe this yellow stripe from Old Time Pottery as well. It was only $1. This green burlap is from Walmart. It's new this season. It's from the Off-Ray brand. Okay, so what you're going to do is lay your ribbons out, and I like to keep mine with the smallest one on top, and you're going to just pinch and turn it and kind of scrunch it because you want your ribbons to face outward, and then put your ribbons into a pipe cleaner. Just spread it out and stick them down inside, and then give it a twist. And then you can spread your ribbons out and kind of, spray them out the way you want. And you can see mine hanging over quite a bit. That's all we have to do, so let's go ahead and get our ribbons going all the way around this side of the wreath.
So now that we have the first layer done, we're going to go ahead and do the same method with our mesh and our ribbons, and we're going to go on the inner ring. So you're going to go ahead and to get your pipe cleaners up to the top, and you're going to go around the very same way you did with your lower level. We're going to do that on the second level. So for the second level, I'm going to do the very same thing. I'm going to put my mesh out. Again, I said this is the last of the roll, so it's kind of curly. I'm going to put my hands out, and I'm just going to start scrunching, trying to keep it as even as I can. Then I'm going to take my bundle and I'm going to pull up the next set of pipe cleaners, and I'm just going to put it right in there, twist, and then I'm going to just kind of move it upon itself like we did last time. It's going to be a little bit more difficult because it's on the second row and it gets kind of caught on that under row, but that's okay. You want it to actually get caught because that's what's going to help it stay flat. So once you've manipulated it there, so we're going to go ahead and do that all the way around, and then we'll do our ribbons as well. Alright, the next thing you want to do is you want to attach your sign using some pipe cleaners. So what I like to do is, well, sometimes I will turn it over and mark on the back where the crossbars are, but for this one I don't need to because it's a round sign. So all I'm going to do is kind of turn those, and because there's no real top or bottom to my wreath, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to put in a staple here, and I'm not going to go very deep that one didn't go in at all. I don't want to go through my board, or my board. And then you're going to put some hot glue over the top of it. And that's all you're going to do. You're going to do all the way around north, south, east, west. And then we'll attach it to our frame. Alright, so now we're going to put our sign on our wreath. So this is going to be kind of hard to show you because it's such a big wreath. But I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to take my wreath, and in the center, I'm going to put all my pipe cleaners down inside the center. Turn it over. And because this is a round wreath and there's no top or bottom, I can basically put these wherever I want. So I like to attach them to a crossbar. So if I rotate this a little bit, then I can get this on a crossbar. So I'm just going to take my pipe cleaners over, find that crossbar, and tie it. Now I don't want to go too tight because we don't want to pull it too far to the side. So I'll do the same thing on this one. Just go through the crossbar. If you see, I actually went through the pipe cleaner here. I don't usually go too tight on these because if I need to make adjustments, I want to be able to move them. So I'm actually going to go through that pipe cleaner around the crossbar. And that just gives it a little more stability to stay put. So as you see, we did pretty good. It's right in the middle, exactly where it needs to be. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you are these pipe cleaners that are hanging out. Now, you can choose to just cut those off, or I'm going to do a little trick, if you will. Get something round, a pencil, a paintbrush, something, and then I'm going to make little curls. Just roll them around and do something sweet and cute with my pipe cleaners. So they have little curls and you can pull them out to make them the way you want. Okay? So this is done. I'm going to get a nice shot of it hanging up. I hope you've liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you never miss an upload. Alright guys, here's the final shot. I did end up cutting off the curlies because it was driving me crazy. And I actually pulled the mesh from behind the sign because I was driving me nuts to be able to see this little hole up here. But I wanted to show you how deep this wreath is. So to my wall, it is right at 3 inches deep. So this type of wreath is made to fit between a screen door and a house door. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, keep crafting.